It was a whole lot of discourse about V-necks the other day. About like if your girl buy you a V-neck, she don't love you, and I'm like, yeah, niggas don't be wearing V-necks, bro. Like,
what's the purpose of a V-neck?
What's the purpose of a V-neck?
Unless you wear like a little button up.
No,
the chest.
that's that old nigga shit, bro. She wants some little Ozzy brothers and shit. With the taco meat up for with the chain. Yeah, the 2 gold chains, bro. You know how them niggas be.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Procrastinators podcast. I'm your host Zilla.
And I'm Starr.
And we talk about current news, sports, and entertainment and personal development.
Yes.
Now today we have a special guest with us. This man is getting more recognition as time continues.
Hey, I like that.
As
time moves on.
I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Shoot, y'all hear him now.
What's good? My name's Søzi. Artist, rapper, entrepreneur, label owner, all around great guy, Gemini.
Gemini. Why you gotta go into this?
I gotta put it out
Y'all
there.
look fly though. Y'all look cool.
Gemini. And I'm from the west side of Chicago.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that label owner again though.
Alright, that's fine. Label owner. Shout out UV Sound. We started the label back in 2018 when I was a student at Zilla University. UV stands for Unique Visions. It was started by the homie Al, who it started off as like a photography, clothing, and like video kind of collective.
Okay, like a production.
Yeah, like a production company. They filmed all the events and they had merch that really boomed on campus and started to boom throughout the city. And then I was like, Al being my bro, I was just like, I think there's a lane here where I can get people with unique visions, for lack of better words, and like put them together and we can do some music together and really like show people love. He said, all right, bro, just do your thing. And it's green. So been over that since 2018, and the way we move is like everybody from the photographers to the videographers to the marketing people to the rappers to the singers, like the artists, everybody involved graduated from the HBCU. I think we got one Xavier person and the rest is Dillard.
Okay.
So my goal with that was to kind of like, when I was there, we didn't have like any way where the artists could be cultivated and really weren't shown a lot of love. It was all about kind of making your own space and kind of bullying your way, the stages. So like every year I tried to make it possible where at least if I could perform at homecoming, other artists on campus could perform at homecoming, Spring Fest, like, because we got the big artists coming. And like that's just an opportunity for people to network and meet these artists, because we students, so they ain't gonna be thinking twice on like, They're gonna be like, oh, that's fire, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that was a good opportunity that we did. But everybody, like, as far as like money goes, like artists retain 90% of all their royalties, and then we just say 10% that's recycled back into the pop community, album covers, videos, photography, marketing, just everything that you would need. 10% kind of pays for itself. Studio time, we built 2 studios like in like 2 separate cribs, my crib and then my homie Crispy crib. So like we got 2 studios and like all the artists can just come in, don't gotta pay for studio time. One of the homies, JC, he just started to learn how to mix. So really trying to be an in-house situation. And all of us aren't from here. Like we all live in New Orleans, but we not from New Orleans. But I'm trying to make it possible where motherfuckers are able to rock here, be here, and be like, yo, we here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's tough in the city for people who not from here. But there is a way, and I'm trying to make that way. Making that way. Currently. Yeah.
I'm definitely love to hear the fact that you actually are giving artists the resources to put themselves in better situations and showcase their talents also.
Yeah, I like that you talk about the importance of community.
Yeah.
And since you said that y'all are not from here, most of the people you share the same interests. Y'all are from out of town, but New Orleans has managed to bring y'all together and still cultivate such energy, initiative, and more in just sound and music and creativity.
Absolutely.
Bringing everybody together. And you mentioned though that it can be a challenge to make a way somewhere where it's unfamiliar and but still be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, how has that journey looked like for you and the people that you are cultivating this community with?
That's a great question. I think it's all about, like, we talk a lot about the vision, like protecting the vision and trusting the vision. I talk a lot about time in my music. I mean, as the last 2 projects, that's all I've talked about. And I think time is a very important thing, and I can go on and on and on about that. But it's very important because time is the unknown and the unknown at the same time, right? So the definitive, right? We knew that we had to be here at 3 o'clock to be on this podcast with y'all. I don't know when I'm gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know, but you do know. And it's just about how do you maximize the time that you're given in love and relationships and just anything, everyday life, going to Whole Foods, you know what I mean, going to work, like working on your craft, things of that nature. So I think first it's about making the vision very clear. And I think that all of us, everybody in our collective, they know the vision. They know what they want to do. We did a vision board event at the top of the year in January. All of us, we all got together and we did a vision board about what we wanted. Long-term goals with music, professionally, personally, just any goal. And we said this is, our 5-year, our 10-year, our 1 year, immediate goals, long-term. Like we did that. And I think it's about setting intention and making sure that everybody is intentional in what they're doing, because if you're just out here willy-nilly doing anything, I mean, you don't have nothing to look forward to, or you don't have anything that you're trying to attain.
No.
Right? So you, it's just about seeing the vision, like everybody knows what they want to do. They know how they want to do it to some certain way, but they also trying to figure out, okay, what steps do I take to get here? And I tell them all the time, like, it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Like, you don't fail, you're not doing anything. You're not learning. And everybody just has that same vision, and they know the role that they want to play. They know what role they want to play in their lives, what they want to do for the people around them. We all got different families that we're trying to provide for and make things happen for and make people proud. So once we all got on one accord and we all was like, yo, we need to support each other. If don't nobody else got us, we got us. It's such a beautiful thing now. And I'm excited to see it grow. And it's going to grow. It's going to be massive.
Yeah. That's why though.
Yeah.
That y'all are able to like not allow that to discourage y'all.
Yeah.
Because I hear so many other artists who are from here. Like I met someone from Chicago and he's an artist. And he was just like, yeah, like I came out here, I'm trying to get in, see what the community is like, but some people are just not as open, or it can be like cliques.
That's true. I mean, it's cliques everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's about like, okay, understanding that. I mean, you gotta, to a certain extent, you gotta kind of respect that, bro. You gotta understand people who've been rocking for a minute, especially in their city, and then you got somebody, an outsider coming in, rocking, trying to rock, and like some people might turn a blind eye for that. But I'm really big on relationships. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind putting myself in a position where, I have to put my back against the wall, muster up my pride, say what's up to motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm so and so. Like, it's about you and what you willing to endure and who you willing to meet along the way. Cause I met some amazing people here who just want to help me, bro. Like OGs, like who work with No Limit. You know what I'm saying? Who I went and did like this writers camp a few weeks ago. And
talk about Rich, huh?
Exactly, bro. Like a legend. You know what I'm saying?
That was like.
That was amazing, man. That was my first time meeting Rich. I would say he's one of the most humblest people I ever met, especially as an OG. Like when he introduced himself, bro, I didn't know who this man was, bro. And like the way he introduced himself, he ain't want you to know who he was. And I'm like, okay, this studio, his name is Rich Studios, and this man named Rich, and he just playing it real chill. So I pulled up on him the week after, just sitting in, and he was mixing me and X's Essence Fest show, and I'm like, all right, bro, who are you, bro? I'm like, who are you, bro? Like, why you doing this, bro? Like, don't nobody just do this. You know what I'm saying? On a casual Wednesday night at 7 p.m., bro, you know what I'm saying? And he got to run into me, we got to chopping it up, and like, it's stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's less about when you make cold music, when you do amazing art, when you got your head on straight, bro. Like, where you from shouldn't matter, bro. A location shouldn't matter, bro. I'm Chicago to the bone, bro. West Side, 290 to the bone, bro. But I'm here. I've been here for 10 years at this point. Almost. Next year will be 10 years.
You basically from
I'm basically from here.
native.
I had a lot of grown-up experiences here. Like, I mean, I've lived here. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, it doesn't matter. Your location, what they say, like your location don't determine your destination. No, like, I could be in Antarctica right now and I'll still be doing the same shit, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter, bro. And I think a lot of people from here, they're so protective of their culture, as you should be. You know what I'm saying? That's not an issue. But it's like, culture is meant to be shared. Culture is meant to be inspiring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm inspired by a lot of the music I hear here, the people I hear here, but I'm not finna go make a bounce record. That's the difference. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I love the jazz aspect of the city. So I think what New Orleans has done for me and my music is made me more musical.
That's what he's singing.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a little song, like, especially a little show on this next album, Revenge of the Time. But you gotta let where you at inspire you, and people inspire you, and people just be trying to be at odds. But it's like, we can take a lot. We here to give, we here to receive, we here to take. We here to, I mean, we're users. As humans, bro. Like, we're users, and you have to be okay with that and not let it be a malicious thing. So, yeah.
That's definitely important.
Yeah.
I like how you touched on, you know, talked about community, talked about the importance of sharing a vision. And as long as you have that in common, or you share, and there's communication of what you're trying to do, because like you said, you don't have that much time here on earth. So why are we bickering back and forth about something that probably doesn't matter when we really need to get together to make the same vision happen? And, you know, spreading love, showing love. When you show love, you receive love. And just like sacrifices in that too. You gotta sacrifice your ego. You gotta sacrifice, you know, probably friend groups or certain, you know, just certain conversations or being in places and spaces and things like that. And you said that, you know, you have your project coming out releasing Revenge of the Time short film.
Yeah, the film is done. I had the idea for the film probably like last year, maybe a year and a half ago, because I realized that like music is always gonna be there for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Music is always gonna find a way to take me to a new space and get me in more spaces, and people know who I am, or this, that, and the third, and it resonates with people, which is the most important thing for me. Like, I could really care less about, you know, I'm not an accolades type of person, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, there are things that I want. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. But as far as right now, like, I know that like being purposeful is more important. Touching people and reaching people is more important. And if I can do that, then I've succeeded. If my message got across to you, and I got a song on Time and Tell called Above Water, and that was like, I remember the day I wrote that song. Like, I was in the studio. Working with Chad Roby, shout out Chad, and he played the beat, and I just pulled my pen out. I usually write on my phone sometimes, or I just go in the booth and just try to figure it out. But I pulled my pen, pulled my paper out, and I wrote that song like in about 10 minutes, because it was like one of those ones I just had to get off. And when the album came out, when Time Will Tell came out, everybody was like, bro, like, this song is really speaking to me, bro. Like, people was like, you know, there was somebody made a meme about the album, like, you know, remember the two dudes sitting on the side of the school bus? Yeah. It was like, this album makes me happy, and then this album cured my depression, and they put the Time Will Tell cover on there. I was like, damn. Yeah, because it did that shit for me.
That's
like
a hell of an accomplishment.
That's a hell of an accomplishment, bro. And I don't take that shit lightly, bro. So, I forgot the question you asked, but that's it. You know what I mean? Like, what was the question?
Just more so you talking about
the film. Yeah. I went on a tangent. The film. So year and a half ago, you know what I mean, and I got my mentor to write it for me. He's known me since I was 18. He used to work at Dillard. He was like my first year instructor. You know Dr. J? Remember Dr. J? Tall, light skin, dude, super tall. He got the man bun. But anyway, so he's known me since I was 18, bro. Since I came in my freshman year. I'm 27 now, so literally just like a long time, right?
Whole time.
And I reached out to him. He had just quit his job at Dillard, and he was like, I'm trying to go into film writing. He had like a film under his belt that we got to a festival in like Pensacola. I was like, bro, that's fire. I was like, bro, I'm gonna send you what I got so far. So at that time, I've been working on Time Will Tell. Revision of Time, about 2 years now. So I had maybe like 10 songs done off the album, so I just sent it over to him, had him listen to it, and he wrote the script based off the music, what I had so far.
Yeah.
What I had so far. So like, the script got done, I would say, what was that? Maybe February of this year. And then I had to put a team together. So I already had my director, shout out Malachi, Dillard grad, UNO film grad. So I knew he was gonna direct. I needed a producer. And then, you know what I mean? I see you back in New Orleans, read it, let me know what you think. And, if you say, yeah, let's rock. If not, I understand. I sent it to her. She read it. And she hit me back maybe 2 weeks later. It was like, yo, I love this. Like, let's do it. Our budget was, thank God, bro, like the locations, I didn't have to pay anything for. The most I had to pay, I think my budget was zero, number one. And we talk about vision right here. I had to pay some people, like my makeup, like there's a part in the movie where I'm old.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Yeah, so I had to pay my makeup artist, I had to pay my sound man, but my Emmy Award winning producer, my director, and my writer were like, I believe in this. And you're not gonna charge me up front. And now we've been submitting for grants and things of that nature. Like we just submitted it to New Orleans Film Festival.
Hey.
So waiting to hear back from that.
We're
gonna get that shit, bro. I ain't worried about none of that shit. Like, and then we plan to go on a deep festival run next year in 24. But I think God just put that whole project together, bro, and people saw the vision. You know what I mean? And it was like, I believe in this. We're gonna make it happen, and it's gonna happen. And so, just been blessed to have some great people. Honestly, bro, who fell into my lap and who believe in themselves and me and what we got going on. And, with that, you can't fail, bro. You can't.
Have everybody on the same page as far as like, look, we're not being stagnant. This is the plan. We're going to keep going. If you understand, you understand. If not, it's understood.
It starts at the head, which is me. If I'm not working, how can I expect people who are on my team to work? If I'm not growing, if I'm not learning, if I'm not listening to them, if I'm not taking what they say into account, this time we a group, bro. We all got different thoughts, so we go, and nothing maliciously, but just if we, chopping it up, and everybody got different opinions, we can get there. Like everybody gonna say what they need to say. We gonna respect what everybody need to say, and then we gonna make a decision based off what everybody need to say. I may be like, I don't know, I'm not really rocking with that, but I do like what you said here. So, okay, we can incorporate that in. Like, it's all about compromise, but not compromise where it go one person way. Compromise is what makes sense. Logically, what makes sense for the long run. Like, we take the time to have those conversations, and you just learn people, man. Like, I do feel like I did handpick my people, but I feel like a lot of people fell into my lap, hitting me up, or I see them rocking, and I show them love, and I'm like, I believe that what you have, you can help me, I can help you, let's help each other. Yeah. And it's just, I think about like, when I won a Grammy, like, more time in my speech talking about everybody else than myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, or any speech, like I would really, cause, from my mama to my grandmama to the people I've met 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing, bro. A lot of people forget that. They want to all about me, but it's like, it don't happen like that. I be a follower, bro. Like, people say leaders never follow, but yes, they do. Somebody who taught me something who I still follow. You know what I'm saying? In certain situations, you got to relinquish your power and let somebody else lead. That's following. Understanding is following. Communication is following. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's like that Chief of India thing, it really go hand in hand. It's not separate. You know what I'm saying? So great leaders and great people, like look at Hov. You know what I'm saying? He got the same people around him from when he was 16, 17 years old. 2 of them motherfuckers that went to jail. One that went to jail for him. And, you know what I mean? Like, and where they at to this day? Right by his side.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Running his multi-billion-dollar companies, facets of his business, bro. Like, that's how it should be. And people should protect you and help you and realize that what one man got, it don't necessarily gotta be what the other man got. But as long as we eating on the way that we feel like we should be eating, you know what I'm saying, or we just eating in general, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Some artists, they may need to escape from their current environment or just mentally put themselves in a different mind frame of things. How do you approach yours?
I mean, like, spend a couple of days away from my friends or just be at the crib for a little bit. And, you know what I mean? Maybe go out and just be on my own type of time. But I don't feel the need to take myself out of the life that I'm living right now. Because I write in real time, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, Time Will Tell was written in real time. I was talking a lot about, like, how I grew up and a little bit of where I was at that point. Revenge of the Time, I've switched the whole thing, and I'm talking from the perspective of me older. So this album is, like, Revenge of the Time is, like, I have to tap into, okay, these are all the things that I want in my life. These are all the things that I want to do. Okay, this is how I see life in a perfect world if I can have that. Right, but let's flip that shit on his head and be like, okay, well, I've attained all this, but what happened in the middle, bro? Like, this shit's still real life. And, like, the way that history repeats itself, I didn't feel bad about, you know what I'm saying, like, visualizing how, because I know myself, right? Visualizing how I would react in certain situations or how I would handle this situation, you know what I'm saying, if it came to be. And so I just took a lot of my experiences that I've had so far, kind of heightened them. Still telling the truth, no lying, no cap in the rap. Still, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of put a little bit of like what the future would look like for myself. You know what I mean, into that album and into those situations, and it's beautiful. Like, it sounds really good. Like, I can't even cap. And so I have to live every day. I gotta wake up every day, bro. Like, it's a new experience every day. It's a new conversation every day. I have been traveling more, so I went to Canada last weekend. I went home last weekend. I went to Jamaica earlier in the year. Like, so I'm starting to like have these experiences where, you know what I mean? Like, I see myself in different spaces. You know what I'm saying? What's Canada Søzi like? Or what's Jamaican Søzi like, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, on some Drake shit. Like, do I want to be Toronto Drake today? You know what I'm saying? Do I want to be Memphis Drake today? You know what I'm saying? But I see it. Like, I understand it. And so, no, I don't take myself out of my life, bro. Like, it's some new shit every day. You know what I'm saying? And I can, damn, that's a bar. Damn, that reminded me of this situation. Let me write this shit down right quick. On the plane. Let me write this shit down right quick. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of thinking, a lot of introspection, and, you know, I like to tell people how I'm thinking, bro, sometimes, bro. A lot of times, really, without any type of filter, because I don't give a fuck, bro. That's how I feel.
Nah.
You did.
I feel as if everybody should have that kind of attitude towards shit.
Always.
I actually did just visit Chicago also.
Oh, yeah?
I understand why.
You see the vibes? Did you go to Heroes?
Nah, I didn't get a chance, dog. It was a layover where I actually ended up going. I went to Millennium Park.
Okay, you went to the Bean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I watched people take pictures.
Oh, you was at the Bean, bro. You was downtown. But it's beautiful, ain't it, bro?
It was actually that event space where they have orchestras playing.
Oh, the outside, yeah, on the lawn. Yeah, that should go.
That shit caught my attention because they were actually practicing.
Really? That should go, bro. Like,